Okay, so I'm going to go over this exit ticket quickly. Make sure you're paying special attention to any problems that you got wrong or you're confused about so you can really understand them. This one is a half plus 2/3. So to do this fraction addition problem, it's going to be helpful for me to write these in common denominators. So a half is the same thing as 3/6. And I know that because 2 times 3 is 6 and 1 times 3 is 6. And 2/3 is the same thing as 4/6. And I know this because 3 times 2 is 6 and 2 times 2 is 4. So now we can add 3/6 and 4/6 and get 7/6. So the correct answer is 7/6. For this one, we're doing subtraction. 19/24 minus 1/2. So just like we did in the first problem, we need to write these so they have common denominators so they're easier to solve. And the common denominator here is actually going to be 24 because 2 fits in evenly to 24. 2 times 12 is 24. So this is the same thing, as why is it so hard? As 19/24 minus 12/24. Because 12/24 is the same as a half. Think about it. 2 times 12 is 24, and 1 times 12 is 12. 19 minus 12 is 7. So 7/24 is the correct answer. Okay, now we're looking at this next one, and it says, will the answer to this problem be bigger or smaller than 1? How do you know? There are a lot of ways to do this. The way I'm thinking to think about it, though, is I know that 1/6 is less than a half. So let me draw a quick diagram. So if this is like the whole, I know that 1/6 is something less than a half. The 1/6 is the green. I'm just gonna say that that's 1/6. I know that 5/12 is also less than half. So let's say this is 5/12, because 6/12 is half. So 5/12 has to be less than half. So if you're adding up two things that are both less than half, the answer has to be less than 1. So it is smaller than 1 because you are adding up two things that are both less than 1/2. So the answer has to be less than 1. Okay? Will the answer to this problem be bigger or smaller than 0? How do you know? Okay, so for this one, if you're subtracting, if the thing you're subtracting is bigger than the thing you're starting out with, your answer is going to be smaller than 0. For example, if you do like 3 minus 4, because 4 is bigger than 3, the answer is going to be negative. On the other hand, if you do like 5 minus 4, because 4 is smaller than 5, the answer is going to be positive. So the question here really is, what's bigger, 5/8 or 3/4? Well, let's draw a diagram. There are a bunch of different ways you could do it. But here's my whole, and I'm going to split it up into fourths. And then I'm going to split it up into eighths. And I'm going to start by highlighting 3/4. So there's 1/4, there's 2/4, there's 3/4. So that shows 3/4. And then let's see, in green, I'm going to highlight 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5/8 is smaller than 3/4. So that means the answer is going to be smaller than 0. So the answer is going to be smaller than 0 or negative because 3/4 is greater than 5/8. And you could have done that with common denominators too. Okay, if you're feeling good about this stuff, great. Get ready for next week's lessons. If you're still confused, head back to the Learn section for lesson 14.